contributions in the exempt employment, foreign employment income amounts. The advantages of the U.S. repayment scheme is that the loans are most likely always paid because they force you to. The disadvantages is that if you aren't able to pay it, then your credit is messed up. You aren't able to live your desired lifestyle because you can't really afford anything else. And your repayment is forced no matter what your circumstances. So whether you change your, mind or whatever, you decide not to graduate or you decide to change what you want to do. Another disadvantage is that your interest rates increases as your payments linger on. So you end up paying more than what you even borrowed. This also holds back the economy because people don't spend because they owe more money, which brings me to this, which talks about more disadvantages about the U.S. repayment scheme. Where's this on?
About college debt is something that only affects college students. $1 trillion of debt for people trying to get an education. And that actually affects everybody, not just students, not just young people, the entire economy. Because when you're sitting there and you're writing out your house note, and then you have to write out a big check for your student loans from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you're not buying an extra sofa, you're not going out to dinner, you're not buying another car, you're actually holding the economy back. There are a couple things that we can do. First of all, we should be putting a lot more money into public education, public universities, to bring the cost down. But for the people who already have student loans right now, we could change the laws. You should be able to refinance your student loans. Some people have student loans at 8%. They should be able to go refinance at 3%, 2%. They're not allowed to. Again, it's not just young folks. It's their parents, it's their grandparents. It's a whole economy that suffers when we have these dumb ideas about how we're going to finance higher education before marrying.
Black Friday savings start right now. So,
but it's not Friday. Or it is Friday. It's the wrong
So,
Friday.
as he was talking, you heard how it sets our economy back because nobody spends because they don't have money to spend or they don't want to spend money that they don't have. With the income contingent repayment scheme, the advantages are that if you don't have it, you don't have to pay it until you reach a certain amount, which is the threshold of $53,345 for this year. There are no poverty line recalculations, and the government gets back the majority of what was given out without any defaults or repayment hardships from people with low income. The disadvantage from this is that for the borrowers is that the repayment portion will increase with the income enhancing. So it's basically not really that negative because you still don't end up paying more than what you borrowed, and you only end up paying basically 8% of what you borrowed. So it's not 100% at a disadvantage. So I'll leave you with this analogy. Paying for college is like investing in stocks. You pay money and sometimes borrow to invest in something that is not promised to succeed. We pay to attend college with hopes to become successful professionals. But if our degree doesn't get us to where we wanted to or what we put out our money for, we lose out on our money, are forced to pay back money that we don't have, leaving us more broke than how we started. So income contingent repayment scheme is not just an option,